Hello, this is Kambiz Nafisi, and today I'm going to teach you how to not suffer from difficult emotions. Emotions are just a form of energy. They are energy in motion. The problem is every time we undergo difficult emotions, we think that they're going to be there forever. That's not true. Listen to this mantra. This too shall pass. Whenever you're experiencing difficult emotions, just remind yourself, this too shall pass. Emotions arise and then they dissipate and vanish into nothingness again after a while. Emotions are energy, so there's no use in repressing them, holding them in. People try to get rid of difficult emotions by changing boyfriends, girlfriends, changing jobs, changing cities, smoking marijuana, taking tranquilizers. All of this stuff is trying to push down emotions. You cannot repress and push down energy. Energy is like vapor. You know, if you put some boiling water on a stove and there's steam coming out of that pot, that steam is like emotions. Emotional energy cannot be repressed by putting a lid on that pot of boiling water. The steam is going to come out. So don't try changing cities, wives, husbands, careers, smoking marijuana, drinking whiskey in order to hold down and put a lid on emotions. The way to manage difficult emotions, I'll teach you 4 steps. Number 1, become mindful of the breath. As you become mindful of breath comes in, breath goes out, the light of mindfulness comes on. Once you're mindful, go to step 2. In step 2, you invite and allow difficult emotions to come in and just flow through your body. Invite them in instead of pushing them out and keeping them out. Step 3, watch difficult emotions flow through your being, through your body, as if your state of mindfulness is a camcorder. That camcorder is filming an emotional state. It's filming emotions going through you. So in step 3, you're just mindful and watching, like a weather front, you're watching emotions going through you. Step 4, relax all your muscles, put on an easy smile, and release by not tensing up your muscles, by releasing the tension in your muscles, by letting go. You can release emotional energy so it flows out the other end. It's like you're a piece of tissue paper, but you're mindful tissue paper. And you invite the emotion, join your breath movement, become mindful, let the energy go through you, and then release. People have 4 ways of expressing emotions. The most enlightened way of expressing emotions, you develop an inward gaze. So somebody says, "How are you?" And through mindfulness, you gaze within. And you gauge how you're feeling before you answer the person. So you're mindful. The second way that people express emotions, some people just express. Some people just let out steam. So you ask them, "How are you?" And they just say, "I'm dying, I'm dying, I'm dying." And you say, "Why are you dying?" Say, "I don't know, I'm just dying." So there are friends of yours who just express without having the emotional intelligence to know what they're feeling. A third group of people never express to the outside. They constantly have a smile on, and then they jump over the balcony and commit suicide without expressing to the outside world how they're feeling. The fourth group internally repress emotions. They push down emotions and they try to swallow difficult emotions. So those are the 4 groups. Every emotion has 5 components. The first component is a belief or a thought that triggers an emotion. So if you get worried about your daughter in California, that thought about your daughter will trigger an emotion. The second component of an emotion is the emotion itself. What are you feeling? Are you feeling worry, fear, regret, anger? So what are you feeling? So the second component is the emotional component. What are you feeling? You need to identify that. The third component is the physical component. Every emotion that you feel, you're going to feel it somewhere in your body. Like a lot of people, when they're scared, they hold it in their chest cavity. If you're trying to express emotions and you can't, you're going to hold that in your throat area. You're going to choke up. A lot of people fear and worry at the abdominal area. Okay, so the third component is the physical component. Where in your body are you feeling the emotion? The next component is the chemical component. Several decades ago, the National Institutes of Health realized that every emotion creates or secretes a particular protein in your bloodstream called a neuropeptide. In other words, the emotion of guilt produces its own protein in the bloodstream. The emotion of shame produces its own unique protein or neuropeptide that goes into the bloodstream. And our cells can become addicted to a particular chemical component of an emotion. So you can get addicted to worry, chemically addicted to worry. And then another component of an emotion is the behavioral component. How do you behave when you're angry? Do you turn into a ranting child, raving child? So that's the behavioral component. Powerful emotions are often triggered by your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is your habit mind. If several years ago you experienced a bumpy airplane ride, that airplane ride gets recorded in your subconscious mind. Then 10 years later, you go on another airplane ride and you hit some air pockets. Well, guess what? Your subconscious mind is going to arouse the identical emotions that you experienced when you had your first horrible airplane ride 10 years before. This is called a learned response. I'm going to finish the talk like this. In order to manage difficult emotions, understand that emotions are just passing energy. This too shall pass. And then the 4 steps in managing difficult emotions. So through those 4 steps, you can easily manage difficult emotions. God bless, Godspeed.